The world is full of wonders, many hidden just beneath the surface, waiting for a patient hand or a curious eye. In the lush, sun-drenched landscapes of Colombia's Valle del Cauca, near the historic town of Buga, such a wonder lay sleeping. For generations, local farmers spoke of a peculiar patch of land where the soil seemed different, where the crops grew in strange, almost geometric patterns. They called it El lugar que no duerme, the place that does not sleep. It was a local curiosity, a gentle mystery woven into the fabric of daily life. But in the late summer of 2024, a team of geologists conducting a routine seismic survey detected an anomaly so profound, so utterly out of place, that it sent a quiet ripple of astonishment through the scientific community. It was a whisper from deep within the earth, a signal that something extraordinary was waiting. The day came when non-invasive methods had taught all they could. The decision was made to excavate. The process was slow, almost ceremonial. Soil was removed not with heavy machinery, but with brushes and trowels, as if it were a delicate archaeological dig of immense importance. As the team drew closer, a low, almost imperceptible hum could be felt through the soles of their boots. It was not a sound, but a vibration, a thrum of latent energy that seemed to resonate with the very marrow of their bones. The air grew cooler, and the light seemed to bend ever so slightly around the excavation pit. There was a sense of profound otherness, a feeling that they were breaching a barrier not just of Earth but of reality itself. When the top curve of the sphere was finally exposed, a collective gasp rippled through the assembled scientists. It was a sight that transcended the cold, hard data they had studied for months. The surface was a deep, impossible black, a colour that seemed to drink the sunlight and give nothing back. It was not polished or matte, but something else entirely, a texture that the human eye struggled to comprehend. The true test of its unearthly nature came when they attempted to take a sample. A diamond-tipped drill, capable of boring through the hardest rock on Earth, was brought in. Then, just millimeters from making contact, the bit simply disintegrated. They tried lasers next, focusing a beam powerful enough to cut through battleship armor. The light simply vanished, absorbed into the blackness without a trace, leaving the surface entirely unscathed and still cool to the touch. Dr. Lena Petrova, a brilliant xenolinguist, argued for a different approach. "We are shouting at it," she said during a tense late-night briefing. "Perhaps we should try listening to what it has been telling us all along." Using highly sensitive quantum sensors, they began to map the vibrations with incredible precision. They discovered it was not a single hum, but a complex wave of interlocking frequencies, a signal of almost infinite complexity. The breakthrough came on a clear, starry night. The team, guided by Dr. Petrova's model, synthesized a resonant frequency that mirrored the sphere's own complex hum, but with one tiny, intentional modification, a sequence that mathematically represented the atomic structure of water, the basis of life as we know it. For a moment there was silence. The sphere's signature hum stopped completely. A collective fear gripped the team. Had they broken it? Had they offended it? The silence stretched for what felt like an eternity, a full 37 seconds of absolute stillness in the Colombian night. Then it happened. A soft internal blue-white light began to shine from within the sphere, illuminating it like a celestial lantern. The light was not harsh or blinding, but gentle and inviting. The impossible black surface became translucent, revealing intricate patterns swirling beneath. A series of impossibly thin lines, finer than any spider's silk, began to etch themselves across the equator of the sphere. The lines glowed with the same soft light, branching and connecting until they formed a perfect, seamless division. There was a soft click, a sound that seemed to resonate not in the air, but in the mind itself. Slowly, majestically, the Buga sphere began to open. The two hemispheres did not separate on a hinge or slide apart. Instead, they rotated on an axis that seemed to defy physical space, peeling open like a flower blooming in fast motion. As the two halves came to rest, they revealed the contents within. There was no dramatic burst of energy, no alien creature stepping out. Instead, floating in the very center of the sphere, suspended in a field of shimmering golden light, were two objects. The first, and larger of the two, was a swirling three-dimensional map of stars. It was not a flat projection, but a dynamic, living model of a galaxy, with nebulae that swirled and suns that pulsed with light. The second object, nestled within the heart of this miniature galaxy, was a crystalline structure, pulsing with a soft, rhythmic light like a sleeping heart. It was Dr. Aris Thorne, the lead astrophysicist on the project, who made the connection. He cross-referenced the alien star map with our most advanced deep space surveys. After weeks of computation, he found a match. The alien galaxy was one we knew, but only as a faint, indistinct smudge of light in our most powerful telescopes, the Andromeda Galaxy, our closest major galactic neighbour. But the most astonishing feature was not the stars themselves, but the lines that connected them. Thin, pulsing filaments of light traced pathways between thousands of star systems, creating a network, a sort of celestial roadway. The lines connecting the stars were not just routes, they were stable, traversable wormholes, a network that allowed for travel across immense cosmic distances. The sphere was a galactic atlas, a gift of navigation from an impossibly advanced civilization. While the star map showed us where to go, the crystalline object at its center showed us how. This object, which the team named the Genesis crystal, pulsed with a slow, steady rhythm like a cosmic metronome. Detailed analysis revealed that it was not merely a power source. It was a repository of information on an unimaginable scale, a biological and technological codex. Etched into its crystalline lattice at a subatomic level was the complete genetic blueprint for thousands of different life forms from across the Andromeda Galaxy. It was a library of life, a safeguard against extinction, a testament to a deep reverence for biodiversity on a cosmic scale. Among the biological blueprints, one stood out. It was a humanoid form, elegant and slender, not unlike our own, but with subtle differences suggesting adaptation to a different gravity and atmosphere. They called themselves the Gardeners, and their mission, it seemed, was to seed the universe not just with life, but with the potential for connection and discovery. They had visited Earth, perhaps when our planet was still young, and left this seed of knowledge to be found when we were ready. The Genesis crystal was, in essence, the ultimate message in a bottle. It was a story of a civilization that had transcended the limitations of their own world and embraced a galactic perspective. The public announcement of the Buga sphere, or the Echo of Buga as it came to be known, was the single most significant event in human history. It did not cause panic or mass hysteria, as so many fictional stories had predicted. Instead, it was met with a profound sense of awe and unity. For the first time, the concept of humanity became more than just an abstract idea. We were no longer just a collection of competing nations on a single planet, but a unified species, Earthlings, standing on the threshold of a new cosmic era. The knowledge contained within the Genesis crystal began to be slowly and carefully disseminated. The first applications were not in star travel, but here on Earth. The principles of the sphere's energy source led to the development of clean, limitless power, ending our reliance on fossil fuels. The biological data from the crystal offered new insights into medicine, helping us cure diseases that had plagued us for centuries. International space agencies, once competitors, have merged into a single entity, the Starlight Initiative, its sole purpose to understand and eventually replicate the technology of the wormhole network. School children now learn the new physics as standard curriculum. The brightest minds are no longer drawn to finance or warfare, but to astrophysics, xenolinguistics, and quantum engineering. The story of the Buga sphere is not an ending. It is a beginning. It is the first page of a new chapter for humanity, a chapter filled with limitless possibility. This remarkable artifact, resting for eons beneath the Colombian soil, has redefined our place in the cosmos. We now know that the universe is not silent and empty, but humming with a quiet song of immense complexity and beauty. We have been invited to join the chorus. The gardeners, in their infinite wisdom and foresight, left us not just a key but a curriculum, a path to follow towards a future of interstellar community and shared knowledge. It is an inheritance of staggering proportions, and with it comes a great responsibility. This responsibility is to ourselves and to the generations that will follow. We must approach this new knowledge with the same care and reverence as the scientists who first uncovered the sphere. We must cultivate the unity and cooperation that this discovery has fostered. And so we stand here today, on the shores of a vast cosmic ocean. The map has been unfurled, the invitation has been received. The choice of what to do next is ours alone. We can turn away back to the familiar comforts and conflicts of our world, or we can step forward together into the light. The universe is waiting, the stars are calling. Let us answer with the very best of our nature, with our boundless curiosity, our unyielding hope, and our shared love for the wonder of discovery. Let us become worthy of the name Earthling and take our place among the stars. Please like and subscribe to Cosmic Discover.